If you're trying to lock down a healthy diet, stop tracking. Calories, workouts, meal plans, all of these kinds of things are actually just going to set you back at first. And here's what I mean. The first few stages of a health transformation are all about habit shifting. You are trying to go from one identity state to another identity state. And while the physical habit changes, the actual what you do are the real life visual elements of what's going to change for you. On a deeper level, who you are as a human being is what's really going to shift. And this identity shift is what's going to lead to the long-term results that you experience. You see, for somebody that is working out on a regular basis, for somebody that is eating healthy on a regular basis and doing it all in a very natural way, right? It doesn't feel like a challenge for them. Yes, they've mastered physically what to do, right? They know that tracking calories is a great way to understand how many calories they're taking in and how many calories they need to burn. But deeper than that, they've mastered how they feel about this process. This is probably something that empowers them when they do it. Whereas for you, counting calories can feel like a math problem that is showing you in the starkest way possible that the odds are pretty well stacked against you. When you have all of these statistical pieces of information that you have to analyze, inevitably you are going to be comparing the end result of where you want to be with starker contrast with where you are right now. This can lead to an emotional feedback loop that allows you to convince yourself that you're just not good enough, right? This is just going to be way too hard. It's like looking up at a mountain that you're going to climb and having to think through every stage of where you need to go to get where you want to be, but doing it from the perspective of a person that's still at the bottom of the mountain. The reality is, though, with a basic understanding of what it's going to take to climb that mountain, whether or not you understand every intricate step of that process, the journey is going to be pretty much the same every time. You're still going to have to put one foot in front of the other. But what if you started the journey from that perspective? What if your mind wasn't having to go through every single intricate step, allowing those fears, doubts, and that potential for indecision to creep in as you're trying to sum up this whole process? What if your mind was only grappling with doing one thing? You see, with all habits related to developing your best self, whether that's eating right, whether that's working out, whether that's locking down a sleep schedule or a healthier morning routine, you probably already know at least a few of the first steps that you're going to need to take. And the process will actually be significantly simpler for you if you just focus on that. Your brain will be far less occupied with all of this excessive information, and thereby you'll be a whole lot more likely to take that step and be consistent in doing that. If you want some accountability to make sure that you're simplifying the fitness process and consistently taking those first steps every day, click the link in my bio and you can schedule a free consultation with me.